Hi there, this is Journal Exo from Pro Tutorials, and today I'm going to talk about Kindle publishing, specifically about the costs involved in building this business and what you should expect in terms of earnings. The reason I'm going to talk about this today is because I know that this might be something that is actually stopping you from getting into this business, because probably you're worried about the amount of money that you are going to do with Kindle and that you are going to waste a huge amount of money and so on. And also because I know that some people have this notion that building an online business is something that they can do completely free. That is not the case with Kindle. There's always some costs involved, just like with any kind of business. Now, the cost involved is nothing compared to if you went out there and you built your own brick and mortar store, where you would need to rent a place, you would need to invest in million products so you can have products in stock. So there's a huge amount of investment if you actually build a physical store. We are talking immediately about thousands and thousands of dollars, and that's not exactly the same with Kindle. There's some money involved, but it's nothing compared to that. So the first thing I always recommend for you to get is the right course, because it's important for you to have the right strategies in order for you to succeed with your Kindle business. Now, when it comes to nonfiction, because I don't do fiction books, I don't publish books, fiction books inside of Amazon. I don't know anything about fiction. The only thing I know is when I initially got into this business, because for me this is a business where I'm not even an author, I just publish books. When I got into this business, some people told me that fiction wasn't profitable inside of Amazon, so I immediately excluded from my list and just went to what actually worked. And in this case, nonfiction is what is actually profitable inside of Amazon. So when it comes to the courses, the best course for this is Self-Publishing Revolution. This is exactly the course that I got, where I learned most of what I know nowadays about Kindle publishing. Now, the reason why I always recommend for you to invest initially in the course is because, of course, you will get the right strategies for you to see it. Because when it comes to Kindle, it's rather a simple business. It's a business where you basically go to Amazon, you publish books under topics or keywords that are actually profitable, and you make money. But of course, there's a process to this, and there's basically a formula for you to see with Kindle Amazon. And this is a step-by-step process. If you follow exactly this step-by-step process, if you know exactly the step-by-step process, you will succeed with Kindle. Now, the amount of money that you are going to earn depends a lot on the keywords that you choose for your books, and also the amount of money, the amount of books that you have published inside of Amazon. Now, one of the reasons I consider when it comes to Kindle that you should get a course for this more than anything out there is because with Kindle, I guess it's because it's quite a simple business. There's this need for people to overcomplicate what is considered simple. And you could, for example, go out there and not get this course, and you decide, oh, I want to do this completely free. So you go to YouTube, you can find plenty of videos on YouTube of people offering you advice related to Kindle. You can go to blogs, read articles, you can do all of those things. Now, the problem about Kindle is there's a lot of ineffective strategies that people are sharing with you. For example, what happens is after a month or so, you are following all of these strategies that simply don't work, such as publishing your books inside of Facebook groups, going to Twitter, building a blog around your books. Doing all of those things, you're wasting a ton of time doing ineffective strategies, and probably even wasting your money by if you are actually hiring people to write your books, or if you are doing like I saw yesterday on one of the videos that I watched, where someone, because when you publish a book on Amazon, you have always a 5-day free promotion that you can use, and that person during their 5 days of free promotion was paying $300 of advertisement inside of a website, which is completely crazy. And that is exactly the problem. I mean, what happens is if you don't get the right course, you start wasting time following all of this unnecessary strategies, and in the end of the day, what happens is you don't see any kind of money when it comes to your Kindle business. So if you want to get a good course, get Self-Publishing Revolution, you got a link right below in the description from this video. Now let's talk about the pricing of this course. This is the initial investment that you have. If you get the lifetime option, because you have two options, you have the lifetime version and also the monthly version. Now the lifetime version means that you don't have the monthly fees. You just get it once and it's done. This is about $697, so $700, okay, for the lifetime option. If you get the monthly version, it's $87 per month. Now you decide what you want. Now to make math a bit more easy over here, let's say that I get the lifetime version. I put immediately has an investment of $700 so I can see when my Kindle business. Now, of course, what you need books, because that's how you are going to make money when it comes to KDP. So when it comes to books, it can be you can always write your own books and there's no cost involved in that. If you're a good writer, you can do this, but of course it doesn't cost you money, but it will cost you your time, because it takes a long time for you to write a decent sized book. Now, if you decide to do like me, because I'm a publisher, I don't write my books, you need to hire someone to write your books. You can hire someone on Upwork, or you can go to one of the many companies of ghostwriters that you have out there. When it comes to getting a book, I initially always recommend for you to get the minimal amount of words in your book, because of course, even by following the right strategies, when you're starting out, there are a couple of mistakes that you are going to do. So to cut the costs of your initial investment, I always recommend for you to get books with the minimal amount of words recommended, and that is about 10,000 words per each book, or 12,000 words for each book. So this will be about, depending on the company, depending on the ghostwriter that you hire, this is going to be about $200 to $300 or $400 per each book. So let's say that for each book I'm paying $250 for each book. So that is the cost that I have for each book. When you're starting out, I always recommend for you to immediately publish 2 to 3 books when you are starting out, so you can start seeing some decent results. So let's say that I publish 2 books. That's $500 that I need to invest in order for me to have books in Amazon where I can do money. So I pay immediately $500 and I have the course, which brings me to 1.2K dollars, $1,200. I'm doing it over here in math, having here quite a complicated time. So that is $1,200 that you need to have an investment with 2 books and a course. Now the last part is that you need to have a virtual assistant in order for you to get reviews for your books, because that is extremely important, because you need to have reviews on your book in order for you to rank your books well inside of Amazon. And also, once someone goes to your book, they see a couple of reviews, it immediately builds some credibility and people more easily get your book. So for this, I do the review swapping process. I know that some people don't like this idea, but this is what I do. I'm being honest with you over here. So this is what I do. I do the review process. I get someone to do this. I go to Upwork. I hire a virtual assistant. And for each review that person gets, it's about $1.5 for each review. And the minimal reviews I get for each book is about 40 reviews for each book that I publish inside of Amazon. So that's about $60 that I need for reviews. So for each book, I'm wasting about $300 for each book that I publish inside of Amazon. So that is about $700 for the course, and it's about $1,300 total that I need to put as an investment. Okay, that is the cost that you have initially. Now let's go to the earnings, because that is the part that you certainly want to hear, the amount of money that you are going to earn. Now this of course depends on a lot of factors. It depends on the keywords that you choose for your books. It depends on the amount of books that you have published inside of Amazon. But you should expect, if you choose the right course, the right keywords, if you have the right strategies, you should expect for each book about $200 to $300 per month. Okay, so that is what you should expect for each book. So let's say that you, in your first month that you publish your books, you should expect a bit less money, because you always have that first week where you publish your book at $0.99, and then you have the second week where it goes on a free promotion. So basically you can only expect half of the amount of money that you are going to normally do on the later on the next months. So in your first month you should expect about $300, $400 by publishing 2 books. And the next month you should expect about $600 or something like that. So it will take you about 2 to 3 months until you see the return of your investment. But of course, this is not exactly right, because once you have the right course, once you have the right strategy, what you want to do is rinse and repeat the same process. Once you see that your books are doing well, what you want to do is publish more and more books inside of Amazon, so you can increase the massive amount of money that you do inside of Amazon. So that is what you should expect in terms of cost and also in terms of earnings. And of course, you should always publish your book inside of KDP, inside of ACX, where you publish your book as an audiobook, and where you and also inside of CreateSpace, where you publish your book as a paperback. So I'm talking about the overall earnings inside of those 3 platforms which belong to Amazon, and you should always publish your books on all of those 3 platforms, so you can maximize the amount of money that you earn per each book. So when it comes to maximum amount of money that you should expect when it comes to this course, the students in average, the maximum amount of money that they reach is between $7,000 per month to $10,000 per month. That is maximum amount of money that you should expect in earning with your KDP business. And this is about with 30 to 40 books published inside of Amazon. So that is a massive amount of money that you should expect. Actually, there was a student that a while ago did with 20 books about $10,000 per month, which is pretty crazy. I mean, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Just with 20 books, it's basically nothing. And that is the massive amount of money that you should expect. So this is the math around the Kindle business. This is what you should expect. And that is all for this video. If you have any question related to this video, just leave it on the comment section right below. I try to reply to you as soon as possible. Also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can receive my weekly video updates where I talk about internet marketing and a lot more. Stay there, stay tuned with Pro Tutorials, and bye!